The studio lights gleamed off the polished floor, the audience buzzing with excitement. Kelly Clarkson stood center stage, her signature smile in place. Yet there was a subtle tension in the air that no one could ignore. Today's guest was none other than Faith Hill country music royalty, a woman whose image was usually calm, controlled, untouchable. Cameras rolled, and Kelly began with her usual charm, complimenting Faith's career and recent projects. The audience applauded, clapping politely, sensing that something in the energy was off. Faith Hill entered with poise, her smile practiced. But her eyes betrayed a flicker of annoyance, almost as if she were carrying an invisible weight. Kelly started with lighthearted questions, the kind designed to ease the guest into the flow. But even in those first moments, subtle sparks flew. Faith's answers were curt, her laughter delayed and a little forced. The audience, though not fully aware of the tension, could feel it. There was a quiet charge in the room, like the calm before a storm. Then, Kelly gently brought up a recent headline about Faith, something seemingly innocuous. Just a question about her latest public statement. Faith's smile stiffened. The room went silent, almost as if everyone collectively held their breath. Her voice, calm but sharp, cut through the studio air. "I think some people don't really understand what I meant, but that's fine. Some things are just better left unsaid," the audience murmured. Kelly blinked, momentarily taken aback, searching for the right follow-up. A pause stretched, heavy and awkward, as Faith's words hung in the air. The energy shifted. What had started as a cheerful interview was now teetering on the edge of confrontation. The cameras lingered on Kelly's reaction, her smile faltering for the first time. Everyone watching sensed it. Something bigger was about to explode, and then Faith leaned forward slightly. Her next words deliberate, sharp, and unexpected, leaving the audience and Kelly completely stunned. Kelly's smile returned, but it was tighter now, measured. "Well, Faith," she began, choosing her words carefully, "let's talk about how that played out in the press." Some people said. Faith cut her off, her voice calm but icy. "Kelly, I know what people said, and honestly, I don't need to hear it from you." The audience gasped, an audible ripple of shock running through the studio. Kelly paused, momentarily taken aback, the tension on stage now unmistakable. What had been a friendly chat was turning into a high-stakes dance of words. Kelly tried to redirect, leaning in slightly. "I just want to give your fans the full story. There's a lot of misunderstanding," and Faith's eyes narrowed. "Misunderstanding? Maybe, or maybe some people just like to twist things. You know that world better than anyone, Kelly. Sometimes, it's not about what's true, it's about what looks good for ratings." The audience murmured again. The live studio energy was electric. Every eye fixed on the two women as tension thickened. Kelly's voice dropped, more controlled, but firm. "I'm not here to twist anything. I just want clarity. That's all." Faith leaned back, her expression unreadable, and for a long moment, silence hung between them. The air felt heavy, almost suffocating. Cameras cut to the audience, showing people on the edge of their seats, holding their breath. Then, without warning, Faith spoke again, and this time it was personal. Her words weren't just about headlines, they struck at something deeper, something Kelly hadn't anticipated. The audience gasped, some murmuring in disbelief. As the atmosphere shifted from tense to explosive, in that instant it became clear. This wasn't just an interview. Something had been triggered, something far more volatile. And the show was careening toward a breaking point. Kelly tried to maintain control. Her hands clasped tightly, voice steady but edged with frustration. "Faith, I just want us to have an honest conversation here. Let's talk about the real issues, without all the 'I've had enough of that,'" Faith snapped, her composure cracking for the first time. "Enough of people telling me how to act, how to speak, what to say? This is my life, my career, and my choices. Not yours. Not anyone's." The audience gasped, some leaning forward, sensing the storm that had been brewing now fully erupting on stage. Kelly paused, choosing her words carefully, trying to diffuse the tension. "I get it. I really do, but we're live here, and people don't understand." Faith cut her off, her voice rising. "They hear snippets, see headlines, and think they know me. And now, right here, you want to dissect me on your stage?" Her hands gestured sharply, a clear signal that her patience had snapped. The camera panned to the crew behind the scenes. Producers whispered urgently, stagehands shifted nervously, and even the band paused mid-strum. The energy in the room had shifted from dramatic tension to full-blown chaos. The audience sat frozen, caught between fascination and disbelief. Kelly tried one last time, her tone serious, almost pleading. "Faith, let's just answer this one question, one honest answer, for your fans." Faith shook her head, her eyes blazing. Then, in a move that left the audience stunned, she stood abruptly, microphone in hand. Without another word, she turned and strode off the stage, leaving Kelly frozen, the audience in shock. And the cameras still rolling. The silence that followed was deafening. Whispers spread through the crowd, while online viewers watching at home flooded social media. No one had seen this coming. And just as Kelly tried to regain her composure, a producer leaned in with urgent news that made her pause mid-breath, something that would turn this incident into a media firestorm overnight. The studio felt surreal in the aftermath. Kelly stood alone on the stage, trying to mask her shock with a professional smile, but the tension was palpable. The audience's whispers filled the room, a mixture of awe, confusion, and disbelief. Cameras continued rolling, capturing every awkward second. Kelly took a deep breath, forcing herself to address the crowd. "Well, sometimes things don't go exactly as planned on live television," she said, her voice steady but tinged with unease. Backstage, the mood was electric. Producers huddled, murmuring rapidly into headsets. Clips of Faith's sudden exit were already going viral, trending across social media platforms. Hashtags exploded. Hashtag Faith walks out. Hashtag Kelly vs Faith. Hashtag live TV drama. Fans and critics alike debated endlessly online, some defending Faith, others criticizing her outburst. The incident was no longer just a studio shock. It was a cultural conversation. Meanwhile, speculation ran wild. Some insiders hinted at long-standing tensions between Faith and the show's producers. Others suggested personal struggles and mounting pressures in her career may have pushed her over the edge. Industry experts were invited on news panels to analyze the clash, dissecting every word, every gesture, and what it meant for celebrity culture in America. Kelly tried to regain control of the narrative, reassuring the audience, but the shadow of the moment lingered. Every camera angle, every lingering silence reminded viewers that this was more than an awkward interview. It was a collision of personalities and reputations. Then the whispers backstage turned into urgent chatter. A text had gone viral showing an anonymous insider claiming that Faith's reaction was tied to something far bigger than anyone knew. The revelation promised to shake not just the show, but the music industry itself. Behind the scenes, the tension that had erupted on live television lingered like smoke. Crew members recounted moments leading up to the clash, subtle arguments during rehearsals, offhand comments that hinted at deeper friction. According to insiders, Faith had been unusually guarded all week. Her smiles rehearsed, her responses measured. Something was simmering beneath the surface, and the cameras had captured only the tip of the iceberg. Faith's publicists remained tight-lipped, but leaked statements suggested that personal frustrations and pressures from upcoming projects had reached a breaking point. Meanwhile, Kelly reflected on the incident in private, grappling with the collision between professionalism and human emotion. She had navigated live interviews for years, but nothing had prepared her for this level of intensity. Every word, every glance had been scrutinized in real time. The emotional toll was undeniable. Fans debated online, theories multiplying by the minute. Was Faith sending a message about autonomy, a subtle protest against the industry's demands? Or was it simply a human moment gone wrong under the unforgiving glare of live television? The truth remained elusive, but speculation only fueled the fire. Just when it seemed the story might settle, a new development emerged. A mysterious message surfaced from an anonymous source close to both women, a text, a voice note. Something that hinted at revelations so explosive they could change everything the public thought about the feud. The audience, still captivated, now faced a new question. Would this expose hidden tensions, long-simmering rivalries, or even secrets neither Faith nor Kelly were ready to reveal? The air crackled with anticipation. The story was far from over, and the next chapter promised to redefine everything viewers thought. They knew about the clash that had shocked the nation. Drama you just witnessed on Kelly? Clarkson's show isn't just a story, it's a moment. That's unfolding live in our culture. With emotions, careers, and reputations all on the line, what do you think really triggered Faith's walkout? Was it pressure, personal frustration, or something even deeper? We want to hear your take. Drop your thoughts in the comments, share your theories, and let's break down this moment together. If you felt the tension building, the shocks, the twists, make sure you hit that like button. It tells us you want more deep dive, dramatic coverage like this, and don't miss a single revelation. Subscribe and turn on notifications, so you're first in line when new developments drop. This story is evolving, and we'll be analyzing every angle, every statement, and every reaction as it happens. Share this video with your friends and family who love live TV drama, celebrity clashes, or just want to see what happens when raw emotion meets the unforgiving spotlight of a talk show. Every comment, every share, every like helps us uncover the full story and keeps the conversation alive. Remember, this isn't just about a walkout. It's about understanding the pressures of fame, the weight of public expectation, and what happens when human emotion collides with live television. Join the discussion, voice your opinion, and be part of the conversation, shaping the narrative around one of the most shocking moments in talk show history. The stage is set. The cameras are rolling, and the story isn't over. Your voice matters here.